what's up guys, here's Canadian Gee here, back with a new series here on the channel. It is the start of our MLB The Show 21 franchise. I have waited for the official written rosters to come out, and they are officially here. We have taken control of the north of the border the only Canadian team in baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays. This young and upcoming team still has a ways to go, but it is not far away from being a top contender in this league. We're going to take a look at this team. It is very young. Take a look at their stars that they have currently. Take a look at first base. They have the ultimate potential here in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He can play first and third. He's probably going to be a first baseman of the future. Maybe even third if we can get his fielding up. This guy has 50 home run potential. He has 300 average potential. He has 350 on base potential. This guy, the sky's the limit for this guy. He can go even higher than this guy. This guy is the face of the franchise right now. And next up, we have Bo Bichette, who he himself has a sky-high potential. He is going to be the shortstop of the future. There's no doubt about that. This guy as well has 300 average potential, 350 on base potential. This guy, Bo Bichette, is going to be a mainstay for our roster for many, many years to come. He is not going anywhere. And in this past free agency, this past offseason in real life, they went out and signed outfielder George Springer to be the mainstay in the outfield. And George Springer, being 31 years old, a potential 83 overall in this game, has great hitting stats, just a good all-around player. $25 million for 6 years, definitely worth it for what this guy can bring to the table. As said before, with the past two guys I just showed you, this guy, he's not really a 300 hitter, he's a career 270, but his on-base percentage, he's definitely a guy who gets on base, draws walks, hits home runs. This guy has won a World Series, he has playoff pedigree. This is exactly what this team needs to be contenders moving forward. And we take a look at the pitching. We need an ace. We got our ace in Hyunjin Ryu. In this game, Hyunjin Ryu is probably going to decline even this year, next year, and the year after that. He's going to be in the 70s by the end of his contract, I believe. But as of right now, he's our ace for the next 3 years. And that's about it. Kirby Yates is out for the year, so we're not even going to worry about him. They went out and signed Marcus Semien to a 1-year deal to man second base. Shortstop last year with Oakland. He can play third, but he's going to be our second baseman. Lourdes Gurriel is going to be in left, but he can play second, third, short, and even right field. Cavan Biggio, another guy who has potential to be a mainstay on this team. He can play anywhere in the infield except for shortstop, and he can play the corner outfields. This guy, I'm not really sure what he can do. This guy can get on base, but I don't think he's ever going to be a guy who can hit for average. But a potential 25 years old, 77 overall. He bats lefty, probably one of the only lefty bats in our lineup. He still has a ways to go to prove himself, but he's definitely a guy to look out for moving forward. Starting pitching, it's pretty weak. Instead of Hyunjin Ryu is an 87. Our next highest is 75. This starting rotation is definitely something that we have to work on. But we do have a top prospect here in Nate Pearson, who made 5 appearances last year, 4 started games. In 18 innings, he gave up 12 runs. He gave up 15 runs, 12 of them earned, had an ERA of 6, a whip of 1.5, and a FIP of 7. Definitely not what he is capable of. He's another just going on with the trend here. Sky's the limit for this guy. He has ace potential. He throws gas, and he can just get past hitters 1, 2, 3 just like that. We have another guy here, Alec Manoa, who is our probably number 3 prospect within our system. He's definitely going to be a key piece of this rotation moving forward. Our bullpen is nothing to be excited about, but we definitely got some names here. Julian Merriweather, he throws gas. Tim Miza, lefty, he's gonna be a good lefty for us out of the bullpen. Ryan Baraki, a converted starter to reliever. Good sinker baller. He himself throws gas. B potential. We'll have to see what he does for us in the bullpen. Anthony Kay, who can start games for us. He's more like a spot starter. 26 years old, left-handed thrower, 60 overall, B potential. Like I said, more of a spot starter, long reliever type guy. He looks to be a key piece for us in this year, at least moving forward, as a call-up or a injury replacement player. That's about it. Jordan Romano, he throws gas. He is from Canada, so we're going to look to get him in to be a key piece of our team moving forward. Catchers, we've got three, I would say, very decent catchers right now in Danny Jansen, Reese McGuire, and Alejandro Kirk. Moving forward, I would think Kirk would be the guy just because of the age, but Jansen or McGuire had the opportunity to change my mind. Gabriel Moreno is the guy is the prospect moving forward. B potential, 61 overall, 21 years old. Definitely your top catching prospect. Rody Tellez is on first. He's probably going to be a DH for us with Guerrero up first. Miguel Geraldo is at third. He can play second and short. Our top, I would say, infield prospect besides Austin Martin, but I consider him more of a center fielder for us moving forward. Orelvis Martinez is here. He's still a couple years away. Teoscar Hernandez is a guy who hits for power. This guy has 40 home run potential. Then that's about it for the roster. So yeah, we are here in spring training. We are going to get through spring training in this episode. I usually go through 3 stages. The first stage is where we just play all the rookies. Second stage, we start to integrate some of our mainstay veterans. And then third stage is where we start looking at what our lineup could look like on opening day. And same goes with pitching rotation. Stage 1, we start the rookies. Stage 2, we start to integrate some of our MLB veterans. And stage 3, we get some of our MLB guys in there. And start to mess around with our bullpen and our rotation. So I've already assembled the lineups and pitching rotation for what I want it to be right now. Ryu, Matt, Pamps, he can actually get in there for Phelps. You've got Ryu, Matt, Phelps, Malone, Ray, and I guess I probably should put Tyson there. He can go in there for Stripling. Dang it, who did I just take out? Nate Pearson. But yeah, we're going to get started here. We're just going to kind of send through it stage by stage. I'm doing 32 team control just so I can veto any trades that do not make sense, because it is end of the show. There will be trades that do not make sense. Like, you'll see Mike Trout getting traded for, what's the top prospect here? Connor Scott. Just because he's the 15th overall guy, you'll see him get traded for Mike Trout in simulation. It doesn't make sense. So it's only going to be used to veto trades. I will not take control or do any signings or make trades for them, because that's strictly up to them, except for the trades that don't make sense. If it makes sense, I'll keep it, but if it doesn't, I'm going to veto it. So let's move on here. We can actually take a look at free agency, see if there's any guys that would benefit us right now. Look at the starting rotation. Not particularly. 19-year-old Ahmad Brinkley. He's an auto-generated guy. Like, no one really here that's going to be in our rotation right now. I mean, we go out and sign a Cole Hamels, sure, but would he want to come here right now? I don't think so. And his price tag is a little bit too much for what I'm willing to give. In the bullpen, nothing really. Closers, no. Catchers, same thing. Not really much here. Got a couple of young guys in Evan Skoog and Chase Vallet. But I'm not interested in any of those guys. First base, we got Edwin Encarnacion, former Blue Jay. Second base, nothing really here. Third, We got a young guy here in Pete Baladeris, but no thanks. Shortstop, nothing. Left field, nothing. Center field, nothing. And then right field, you got nothing here. So we got no one out here that we need to sign or want to sign. So I think we just go ahead and get into some simulation here. Let's go 5 games. So let's then pass the Detroit game. And we are 2-3 after that. Take a look at the pitching rotation, see how they're doing in their first couple starts. Patrick Murphy looks like he got lit up. How's he doing? Pitchers, Patrick Murphy in 3 innings, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 7 runs allowed, 4 earned runs allowed. Okay. We'll go another 5 games here. See how they're doing after that. Pitching rotation. Zyke is looking okay. Murphy, not really. Thornton, he's doing all right. Same with Anthony Kay and Jeremy Beasley. Castro, he's looking good. Pearson in 10 innings is looking good. We're actually getting him some starts there. Ty Tyson, 2 innings is good. Piamp's looking good. Baraki, not at all. Chatwood, he can actually sit out for a little bit here. Dolis, he can sit out. Baraki, him as well, can sit out. Maiza moves to mid-relief. Merriweather, mid-relief. Romano, mid-relief. And I think that should be okay for now. Murphy, we're going to swap out for... Who should we swap out for? Anthony Castro? Let's get Anthony Castro in there for some spot starts. And in the lineups, I'm not really worried about where they are in the lineup, but just how they're performing. Let's get Danny Jansen some reps. Actually, Gabriel Moreno can get some reps. And so stage 1 is done. Let's do stage 2. Let's go another 5 games. We're 5-10. Zyke is looking pretty good so far. Let's take a look at him. In 15 innings, has a 1.8 ERA and 1.07 WHIP. 9 strikeouts to go with him. He's looking really good so far. Castro, looking good. Thornton, kind of falling off here. Pearson's doing all right, and Beasley's doing all right. Murphy, Kay, Tice, Piamps, Maiza, Merriweather, Romano, not looking so hot. So stage 3, I believe we should be in by now. We'll send past these games here. And then here we're going to start integrating our MLB type of guys here. So I will do that off camera, and I'll come back to you guys when I have the lineups and rotations and bullpen all set up. Okay, so I've gone ahead and corrected the lineups and rotation and bullpen, and it looks like this. Right-handers, we have Springer leading off with Gurriel batting second, Guerrero in third, Semien in fourth, Bichette in fifth, Hernandez in sixth, Tellez in seventh, he's DHing, Biggio at third, or at the eighth spot, and Danny Jansen in ninth. Lefty, pretty much the same thing. Springer, Gurriel, Guerrero, Semien, Bichette, Hernandez, Grichuk DH instead of Tellez, then Biggio and Kirk. I'm actually going to change that for Jansen. Then pitching rotation, we have Hyunjin Ryu, Steven Matz, Robbie Ray. I'm going to switch those guys. Rush Chaplain, Nate Pearson in the fifth spot. Then Chatwood, Malone, Castro, Romano, Zyke, Phelps, Baraki, Dolis, Tice, and Thornton will be closing things out. So we can go ahead and simulate these games here. That's just a pitching spot against DH with no DHs. And simulate this game. And let's take a look at how they are doing. Wish I got more time for our starters, but that's okay. As long as we're getting some time. Anthony Castro, he kind of fell off a little bit. Romano's coming down. Zyke is doing well for himself. Phelps, not really. Baraki, not really. Dolis is doing okay. Tice as well. Thornton is doing all right. Lineups. Springer's coming around. Gurriel's coming around. Say with Guerrero. Semien's doing good. Bichette's coming around. Hernandez is doing good. Same with Tellez, Biggio, and Jansen. Final 2 games here against the Yankees and the Tigers. Do I want to make any more changes? No, I think we are okay. I think I'm going to take out Castro and put in Merriweather, and I'm going to take out Phelps and put in Miza. And then we'll actually quick manage the last game here against the Detroit Tigers. So Robbie Ray on the mound versus Spencer Turnbull. And lineups are going to be just like that. And I think we can go ahead and just get right into it. So let's go. So leading off is Victor Reyes. Line out Willie Castro. Grounds out Miggy. Gets hit by the pitch. Wilson Ramos. Singles. No speed on any of the bases. And Scope lines out. Springer hitting leadoff. Strikes out Gurriel. Singles. Guerrero. Singles. Semyon. Fielder's choice. And Bo Bichette pops up. Akil Baddoo grounds out. Candelario flies out. Grossman flies out. Hernandez grounds out. Tellez singles. Biggio strikes out. And Jansen, I think it's a double, and the runner gets thrown out. Nico Goodrum strikes out. Reyes flies out. And who was that? That was Castro who strikes out. Leading off again, here in the bottom of the third, is George Springer. He walks. Gurriel flies out. Guerrero walks. Semyon pops up, and Bichette flies out. Miggy walks. Ramos singles. Scope with runners at the corners. Sack fly. Akil Baddoo strikes out, and Candelario Wilson Ramos gets caught stealing somehow. Okay. Bottom of the fourth. Hernandez strikes out. Tellez strikes out, and Biggio singles. Jensen walks. Springer flies out. We're on the top of the fifth. We're going to go to our bullpen, and that's going to be Julian Merriweather. He's going to go against Candelario, Grossman, and Goodrum. Fly out, single, double. Runners at third and second for Victor Reyes. Line out, Willie Castro scores on an error. Third baseman on a thrown error. So we're down 2. It's 2-0. Bottom of the fifth. Gurriel flies out. Guerrero pops up. Semyon singles. Bichette, Fielder's choice. Top of the sixth, we're going to go to Tim Miza. Single. 2-run shot for Jonathan Scope. It's 4-0. Strikeout. Walk. Strikeout. Caught stealing. Hernandez goes up against Jose Urena. Strikeout. Fly out. Ground out. We're going to go to Trent Thornton in the top of the seventh. Strikeout. Single. Fielder's choice. Ground out. Danny Norris comes in. Fly out. Single. Walk. Fielder's choice. Fly out. Single. Ground out. Runner thrown out. Bottom of the eighth. We're still down by 4. Alex Fado comes in. Ground out. Solo shot for Teoscar Hernandez. Tellez grounds out, and Biggio grounds out. Top of the ninth, we're going to go to Ryan Barucki. Nico Goodrum, ground out. Castro, for Zach Short, who doubles. Mazzara, who gets pinch hit for Derek Hale, walks. Miggy, walks. Jake Rogers, Fielder's choice. And Isaac Paredes, singles, run scores. Jacoby Jones, pinch hit for Parker Meadows. Grand slam. Unbelievable. Bottom of the ninth, down 9-1. Strikeout, walk. He's going to get pinch run for with Jordan Davis. We're going to swing, pop up, fly out, ball game. So yeah, we get embarrassed there. We finished spring training 8-19. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. In the next episode, I will have the lineup set already, and we'll do some gameplay opening day against, I believe it is, who we're going up against opening day. Oh, I couldn't tell you offhand. I could not tell you offhand. But nonetheless, in that episode, we'll have the opening day. And thank you guys for taking time to watch this episode. I hope you enjoyed the new series here on the channel. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you want to see more MLB The Show content, like what you just saw, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.